Good morning, everybody. Lorna up their thing. Much appreciated. Got Bocce, got Mater, Polar Bear Ed. Actually, I'm late because I was watching a video that Polar Bear Ed just put out. Very good video. And there's Ed. And there's Mater. Morning, guys.
Morning.
Yeah, I was stuck in a video.
What did you want to do a smart thing like that for?
Well, Ed just put out a really good video on cleaning a alcohol carburetor.
Ah,
Pretty interesting. If you haven't got a chance to see that video yet, check it out. It's a good video.
right. Well, I saw the modifications y'all did to Pitch Black.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Hey, it's more air cooled.
Yes, it is. It is breathing very well.
It's breathing very well.
Yes,
It's got a better exhaust system on it.
yes.
So
Morning,
what
Mike.
happened?
What's that?
So what happened to make it come apart like that?
Just the compression and uh, the only thing I can figure is on the aluminum rod. It just looks like it just pulled the threads on the bottom cap.
Ooh.
So no big deal. New motor. We'll build another one and go back at it again.
And was that a twin or a single?
That was a 16 horse single. That was a K series.
Okay. So that was the one that bucking Bronco that you were on,
No,
right?
that wasn't the one.
Oh, okay.
No, that was my twin.
Okay.
But nope, that was the only single cylinder I had left, and we are gonna build it again. But
Morning,
Good morning,
Bernie.
everybody.
Hey, Ed.
that motor has had a long life.
All right, so what's going to be the itinerary? I didn't know if you two had a chance to yip and yap or not.
Nope. I've been working. Morning, Junkyard. Morning, Crystal Lynn. No, we haven't really got a chance to sit down and talk or anything. Looks like we're going on a whim.
So just just regular ordinary trip.
Uh, Probably.
There's nothing ordinary about those two.
I thought Sandy had it all planned out. I was just along for the ride.
No, Mater and them was wanting to know this and that and something else, and I can't remember what the hell it was, but busy week. And I have,
I'm just going off of what Sandy had said.
well, I don't know. Sandy has to fill me in. I don't know.
Tell me
Morning,
what time to
Junkyard.
get in the car.
Okay, Bocce says I thought someone was supposed to talk to me this week. Yes, I think they're going to be getting hold of you, Bocce.
I thought that someone had already done that.
Who's that?
The person that's not here, and I'm not talking about the one behind you creeping in with coffee.
Hey, that's my coffee delivery. Hey, right on time.
I gotta go outside and get you a cigarette.
Oh, you're going outside. You can use the bathroom in the house. You don't have to go out like the dogs.
I said cigarette.
Okay.
Ooh. I'm not going there on that one.
Okay, Bocce says, come on down. Okay, so I guess we're getting a site set up at Bocce's.
So I guess it's The Price is Right. Come on down.
I don't like Bob Barker. Let's spin the wheel. Morning, Peter.
Yeah, but you got to make sure you got the correct price.
Depending on what it is, I don't worry about price. Morning, Lorna. Good to see you. Thanks for upgrading.
Morning, Lorna.
Oh my God.
I hope everything's going well with you, Lorna. I did get to see one of your things that you did this week. It was pretty cool. I think it was on your left-handed crochet book. Okay, I am the prize, and no one is winning me. Bocce, do you take trade-ins? Let's see. Got an inch of rain yesterday. You can keep that rain over there, Junkyard.
Yeah, we're getting it right now.
Oh, Lordy.
Yeah.
We're supposed to get it tomorrow.
What, rain?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And the bad part about it today is that there's a bike event going on up in Dallas, and we're supposed to be riding. And we don't ride in the rain.
Well, you got one of them fair weather bikes that won't run in the rain.
No, the fact is, the bike can get my Wide Glide can't get replaced because they don't make them anymore, and definitely because I can't get replaced. I'm a model that's obsolete now.
Ah. Okay, Peter, it's 8:10 where you're. It's 8:10 Saturday night. Okay, it is 6:10 here.
AM.
And
Hey.
510 here.
More rain today, Junkyard says. Well, you just keep that rain over there. Lorna has rain.
Ooh.
I gotta mow grass today.
Yeah, I got to do that, and I have 2 tractors. One coming this morning, and one already in the shop that I got to go over because they're going to pull them while we're gone. I got to get them ready today because I am leaving tomorrow.
Morning, Sandy.
Morning. Tomorrow's 80% chance of storms.
Ooh.
And Monday, and Tuesday, and Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday. Who's sending all this rain? We're going to be leaving it, hopefully.
Well, hopefully we'll get out of it.
Not me.
The
Yeah,
botch
I'm
is
gonna-
done with rain.
I'm gonna mow
Great.
today and hopefully close the pool down.
There you go.
Rain's better than snow.
All the rain's
That's
coming
coming
their
soon,
way.
Briggs. That's coming soon.
Oh, I know.
The other
I don't
morning,
mind it. I love the snow. I just don't like the salt trucks.
yeah, the other morning I was over there at the Gap, and I'll tell you what, it was sure cold enough. I thought it could have snowed. What the heck?
I don't know. It just came on my phone.
Right now, I just want one good frost to kill these flying bloodsuckers.
You know you like them skeeters are everywhere.
No thanks. I can't go out in my backyard, bro. I have not mowed my grass in a month and a half. I don't need to tell you. I'm sure you can imagine how tall it is because I've had the same amount of rain you have. And let's just put it this way: it rubs against Stratton's stomach. That's how tall that grass is. Tom told me to mow it. I told him, good. You cut, or they said, If you don't mow it, we will. And I said, come on down and mow it then. I'll pay the penalty. It's $100 fine if they mow your grass. I'll pay you $100 mow. If you can make it back there without getting eaten alive, I'll mow it. They came down. The guy ran back there for 5 seconds, turned around, came back up, said, "Have a nice day."
Oh, just put on a couple pairs of jeans and about 3-4 shirts, and cover your head up with a beanie.
You'd have to put a ski mask on and 4 or 5 flannel shirts and put a scarf on to mow that yard, and then you'd melt from the heat. When half the yards on my street have not been mowed, and they've been gotten penalties all over the place, and the town's like, mow your lawn. Yeah, good, mow it for us. I'll pay you $100 to go out there and cut it. I don't care. I leave clumps, everything. I don't care. But when when the mosquitoes are so bad, you give a pint of blood walking 10 feet in your yard.
That's all right.
No thanks.
Well,
I gotta leave it.
get you some goats. Put some goats out there. They'll eat it for you.
Hey, if I could find some, I would. You got any?
No, I don't have none of them stinking things.
I
This is the
talked
worst.
to my VP. He's got some.
Lift away.
We got a bunch of them.
Is that you there, Ed? Oh, okay. Mater, anyhow, I've already talked to Bocce. We're on for Saturday if we all wanted to get together at her house and have like a cookout or something like that.
Okay.
Have
Now I
you-
just gotta get with Brandon and Jamie.
So you got to get a hold of everybody and let us know how many people and all that so Bocce knows.
Hey, Bocce's got fishing bait, crickets.
And
Well,
grasshoppers.
No, grasshopper count is down.
Oh,
Don't
still
use
dip-
grasshoppers.
You can still dip them in chocolate.
oh,
Yeah, I reckon.
no.
I just want to tell you, Walmart on a Friday evening is stupid.
Hey, morning, Daryl.
Morning, Daryl.
How is yours stupid? We didn't have
That
any
one-
problems last night.
I went in for a pair of shoes, and I was there for an hour.
Well, it's because you was
Don't
walking.
buy.
You was
What's that?
walking too slow.
No, I was not. I knew I looked it up on their website, knew exactly what aisle, what pair of shoes I wanted, and everything else. I walked in, and it was a madhouse.
Well, you know why?
It was check day, like Junkyard said. Wrong
Yeah.
time of the month.
Wrong time.
What time did you
People
get
want-
there though?
I got there at 3:45 in the afternoon.
That's why.
That's what I miss Walmart being open 24 hours. You could go there at 2 o'clock in the morning and no one was there.
Yep. Hey, how you doing, Dick Small Engine? But
Really,
anyway,
we got there about 8:30 last night.
Why did that
We
change?
didn't have any problems.
I think we're going to put together a stupid 16 this time. We're going this big. Valve size. Oh, yeah. This one's going to go stupid.
Now, what are those out of?
Small block 400 Chevy.
What size is that intake?
I can't tell you that. It's
Okay.
moderate.
I guess that's why I don't reveal everything I'm going to put into the race engine I'm going to build for my dirt track car then.
Exactly. You never tell if you're going to compete with it. You don't put out what is there.
And the one thing I like about with the car I'm going to build, the tech guys are going to be scratching their head going, what is this? Because those guys, they know General Motors. They don't know Chrysler.
Well, a lot of people don't know a lot of things. I don't know a lot of things, but I find them from mistakes that I've made. Like the big boom.
Well, I can tell you one thing.
Lasted for-
However big they are, they're not big enough.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah, that's you two talking.
But this is the actual relocating of the valves. There's going to be a lot of moving stuff around for these valves to go in there. Relocate.
As long as the piston doesn't clip the edge of the valve, we're fine.
No, that's why I have to take a little half moon. Well, no, I'll make it fit. It'll be all right.
Hey,
Yeah, I was always told if it don't fit, force it.
It'll work.
Ed.
Yeah.
Camera is not available.
They don't make them no more. They're out of stock.
You can't
Go.
even order it.
Look at is it the X80? X80 or
I went on
X90?
Panasonic. Panasonic has one. It looks exactly like yours. It has the cartridge in the back. It has the button on the side. Everything looks, and it's a 50X like yours is.
Okay.
Zoom
What is this?
Yeah.
trending.
Mine's 57X. Let me look a little bit here after a bit, because the R800, R80, and R95 I think are all basically the same camera. They just have a couple other extra options.
Well, I already bought it, so
Some Panasonic thing or something.
it's right. It shows yours, and then it shows it as equal, like what people buy.
Right.
But I mean, it looks exactly the same as your new one. It's set
Yeah.
up exactly.
Yeah, I was looking at the Panasonic. I don't remember which name it was. I think the only difference is mine's a 57X, and I think that was a 50X.
It's
Which-
a 50 plus. It says it's more than 50, but
That's
I mean,
the
that should,
the 50X is the optical zoom. That's how much the lens itself will move. The plus is digital.
oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Morning
Yeah.
trending live TV.
but I mean,
I-
it really looks like yours.
Right. Yeah, they do. They look a lot alike. And I think the Panasonic has a hot shoe mount on the front where you can mount like a lighter or something.
Yeah.
Mine,
Yeah, Daryl.
mine don't.
Daryl, I don't think duct tape's going to do this one. There's nothing left inside of the block that is even salvageable. Even that roller cam is junk. It junked everything.
What about the head bolts?
The head bolts, I use head studs, and that block was studded all the way down to the oil pan.
I mean, you reuse them, can't you?
No, I won't because they'll be stretched.
You can use the plate, but
I'll use the head hold down strap that I had on it. That's about the only thing I'll be reusing. Maybe the billet head.
how about the starter? Maybe.
Yeah, the starter kind of got blowed to the side. So morning zombie mowers. But it'll be all good. We'll just build it a little bit bigger so the boom's a little bit louder. So,
And don't forget to tighten up that loose nut behind the steering wheel.
oh hell no, you got to loosen that up more so it'll run faster.
See, I knew why he blew it up, because he didn't want me to show him off with the tractor. Because I pulled after both. And I didn't get to pull.
And that would have been the same tractor.
Yep.
Yeah. That's all right. I'm going to put together a couple singles this winter, a 16 and a 14. So
And a twin
what twin?
for me.
Oh, and a twin. I guess I'm gonna. Well, I'm building two twins. I'm gonna finish up that tractor for that motor sitting on Ed's bench.
Well, yours ain't even considered a twin. I don't even consider that one.
Well, what the hell you call it? It's a twin.
It's a bag of money.
But guess what? I had fun with it.
How? You haven't rode it yet.
I can't put a price on fun. Fun is fun.
Okay, I gotta go get ready for work.
No,
Did the
Well,
ride-
I was gonna say, what you have fun with is to your left.
No, that is like smoking. That's a habit. That's 31 years. But it's all good.
I mean, I know I could say a few other things, but that wouldn't be proper for the channel right now.
Yeah. No, Wayne, you can't. I can't use an aluminum block. It has to be a Kohler style engine. But yes, I will use a Kohler style engine with a big sleeve in it.
Morning, Wayne.
and Junkyard, no, the rod did not break.
No, the rod literally, the bolts pulled out of the aluminum billet rod, pulled the threads, and let the cap come off.
And there's 4 of those in
Yeah.
there, not just 2.
Yes, it's got four bolts that it pulled.
Wow.
Oh, it was turning some RPMs.
Yeah, because that was actually a really good ride on that one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
always
that's
seems like it always seems like you really got a really good pull going or a really good head of steam when they come apart.
But that thing was pulling so good, yeah. And when they're running good, you can expect that, And that's like John. He says, "Man, I bet you're really mad about that." No, I'm not mad about it. I'm glad it blowed up. Now it goes bigger. We had a lot of runs on that motor, and the only thing we did, I don't even know, did we put rings on that motor, Ed, or not? I don't think we did.
No, the rings were already on that piston.
Yeah, all we did was put a crank in it.
Mm-hmm.
And that motor's got a lot of runs on it.
Cranking a rod bearing.
Yes, that's the only thing we put in that motor when we freshened.
Yeah.
But that
I
motor
was gonna
had,
say, like 2ATVs was saying. So how is it that both V twins, yours, Mark, and Ed's, could both blow a head gasket?
well, what it was the detonation on the fuel.
Yep.
Fuel was bad, and number one cylinder is what we lost the head gasket on. So whenever it would go to fire, there wasn't actually enough there. Then when it would build up and fire, all that combustion blew out the head gasket. And that's what takes them out.
And the number one head gasket on them is always the weak one.
Yes.
I have never burnt a number 2 head gasket. I've always burnt the number 1.
Yes.
Yeah, I was kind of curious about that. I was like, why would one blow and not both of them? It's just the way the compression is on those cylinders, or the timing, or what?
The number 1 cylinder is a dominant cylinder on those. If you ever look at them, they always run hotter. That's the one that always gets the fuel first. It's just the design of the motor. For some reason, that's the way they are.
Horizontal shaft overhead valves, 14 horse, seem to be a lot smoother balance. Well, that's just one thing, Wayne. Not most, but every one of my motors is billet. I use billet parts on everything in the motor. I don't use any factory stuff other than the block.
And we can't use a overhead valve single cylinder.
No.
They won't let us. Because if they'd let us, I got a 16 horse Tecumseh out there, overhead valve. It would be a mean motor because it's a Hemi.
Yeah.
Hemi?
Mhm.
You want to say Hemi?
Mm-hmm.
And I would pay to have the parts made for that motor to put it into a modified class because I guarantee it would outstroke any of them.
I didn't know Tecumseh made a Hemi.
It's the design of the head, the way the heads are designed on that overhead. It comes in one side straight up or straight down through the cylinder and right back out the other side. All your other overheads come in that have to make a 90-degree down, over, back up, 90-degree back out. That's what makes them the hemispherical head or hemispherical. Is it's a smooth flow through the motor.
Well, to me, I know being with Chrysler and everything, I know hemispherical means it's a round shape on the combustion chamber. And with them, they always had the spark plug sitting right between the two valves.
That's the way the Tecumseh is too. Now their valves are straight up and down, but the inside of the head is kind of concave a little bit, and it's the way they're set. The valves are set up in the head. It wouldn't be hard to move those, and make a billet head.
Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
And the chamber gets smaller and smaller.
Yeah, junkyard cross flow. Yep, they flow a lot better, and that's why you can. The cubic inch on them motors are bigger per horsepower rating.
That's why a lot of people use a billet head and all that. And Mater, you wouldn't believe a lot of people will run 2 spark plugs, one right on top of each valve.
Kind of like the way my 5.7 is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Morning.
I mean, if you actually look at Top Fuel and funny cars, they actually do run 2 plugs per cylinder.
Yes.
But of course, that is based off the 426 Hemi.
Yes. But maybe we need to try to build a Tecumseh.
I got a 14 horse.
I got 13 there.
I got a 14. I got a 14 sitting on my one tractor that they let me pull until they started beating everybody.
No, I really want to try to do that Onan motor. See if I can get Craig to build billet rods for it. But I don't know where we would figure out the thickness for the billet rod from a stock rod to what we could get away with on the Clarence.
You'd have to calculate it from the stock rod, and then figure out the tensile strengths and stuff of the materials and stuff that above my pay grade. But
well, it's just a numbers game, Ed. It's a numbers game. You figure out the numbers, you got it figured out.
Right.
Yeah, Don. That's why you got to know people with CNC lathes and all that, so you can get parts made for them. As far as electrical parts on the Tecumseh motor, crank trigger, don't need them.
Yep.
Put a crank trigger on it, that problem solved.
Luckily for me, I know a person who does, have a CNC mill and stuff like that. Because like when I get started on getting that Predator engine made, my plan is not to use the original stock heads. I'm going to have some that are milled and everything from scratch. Get some a billet and everything. Have make some custom heads for it.
Yeah. But anyway, I am looking for another 16 Kohler block. So keep your ears open. I need to put one back in stock now that I got to build that other one that the boy just blew up over the weekend.
So the only thing I have around here are 10s and 12s.
Well, 10 and 12, 14's all the same block. So
Right.
Well, Brandon might know where some are.
I've found some in the past, but people wanted stupid money for them.
well, yeah.
Like, what do you call stupid money?
I screwed up. I found one for $100 and I should have went and got. He had a 14. He had a 14 and a 16, and he had an 18.
Ooh.
And he said, "I'll take $100 for all three of them." And I never went to Alliance and picked them up.
Oh, I would have went for that.
Yeah, I
Hey,
actually
Mark,
got them.
hey, when you get down here, I'll slap you for that.
Yeah, I just forgot about it. The guy come into work into Sandy's shop and asked her if I would be interested in them, and I actually forgot about them whenever I got home.
Have you ever gone
Oh,
back to see if he still has them?
Nope.
You ought to.
Yeah, I'll have to see if she's still got that guy's number.
I would. Would those engines come on?
Lawnmowers, your older style, like the 100, 102, 127.
Well, the
Came out
16
Bolins too.
Yeah, the 16s come on the Bolins, Simplicities. Forget what else. There's a couple other ones too.
Wheel horse. The only thing you got to do from the wheel horse, though, is you got to change the oil pan for a Cub.
Yep.
Wheel horse pan won't work on them. The old Kohler side. Sent one to the scrap. Oh no, Zombie! You never send those motors to scrap. Never.
Unless there's a hole in the block.
I got one like that. It's got plenty of airflow now.
I got a 12 horse sitting out in my shop right now. It's got a crack in it, and I still haven't scrapped it.
Yeah,
because it can be fixed.
My neighbor blew up his wheel horse 520's rear end. It's got an Onan motor on it. He wants $100 for it. I told him, "You're crazy."
actually, if you get parts made for Onan motor, I really think they would be a hard motor to beat, but they will not take the RPMs that the Kohlers will take. That's the downfall. But if you could get one built to where it would hold with all billet parts, it would be a rough motor to beat because of bore and stroke. Right out the gate.
With the billet parts, it may take the RPMs though.
Exactly.
What about one of those old water-cooled Honda tractor engines?
No. Because now you're losing horsepower trying to turn water.
And extra weight because of the water.
Yes.
Yep.
That's the same way from solid lifters to hydraulic lifters. You lose horsepower because of the hydraulic lifters pumping up with oil.
Well, and the drag on the cam and the stuff.
Yeah. Yes, and a lot of people don't realize it. You're losing horsepower because of the hydraulics.
14 takes a share.
Damn, that must be a heavy engine.
Yeah, some of them are pretty heavy, but I got a pretty good sized boy that just grabs them and carries them with one hand.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nice thing to say about Ed.
No, I'm talking about my son, Rich.
He's a big boy.
Some of the stuff that Ed won't even think about picking up, that boy will just pick it up like it's not even there.
Yeah.
When I need an engine hoist, I just call the son. I ain't got to worry about it.
You got that mobile hoist.
Yeah.
And I wanted to tell you that video you sent me yesterday morning, hilarious.
Oh my
I
God!
died.
Didn't you?
I died when I got that video sent to me. I was like, "You gotta be shitting me, boy! This shit's gonna be stirred up over that." Oh Lordy!
Uh-oh.
But
In fact, we
she
got
is
to
crazy.
we got to talk about that.
Yeah.
We got
Well-
to talk about that.
well, the thing about it is it's not on her main page now because I went and followed her. It's not on her main page.
No, she only. It was on TikTok, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not there
Right.
because whenever I seen she was on TikTok, I went over and followed her, because I wanted to see some of the other videos, and it wasn't there. I wanted to share it out.
No.
No.
There's
This
there's something brewing
Yeah.
really bad, and I got to fill you in on it. And all I could do was sit back and laugh.
She
and
is pissed.
Is Karma coming with a big hammer?
Oh yeah.
oh, big hammer. And I'm just sitting back, and
I'm watching.
I got the popcorn.
yeah, it's gonna be good. In fact, it's gonna happen their next run. Yeah, and I'm not gonna be there to see it.
Well, let's hook him up with a one of our action cams and have him video it.
She is going to do a video call
with us.
with us.
Right.
When this takes place. And all I can say is I'm all for it, because you don't know the half of it, and when you do, you're
Yeah,
gonna be pissed.
she reached out to me, and we've been talking for the last 2 or 3 days. And then she sent me that video, and I about died.
Yeah.
Mark says, "I guess I'm just dead."
Don't let it out, though. Do not let it out.
She said,
no.
"Don't tell anybody."
No. Well, maybe I should. Never mind. I'll talk to you later about it.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, that's what I'm looking for. I need to get another spare 16 block because I'm going to use the one that I have in the shop now. I got an extra 14 out there now that I'm going to put together. And now the wife wants to build that 20. So we're going to be pretty busy with building these.
I want to be in the 20 stock class
What is stock?
with Beaver and all them,
I
the
don't-
so-called stock.
Okay.
I don't have any more 20 stock parts left.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Only
Right
thing
now-
the only thing I got left is the cam.
That's what I'm talking. That I'm gonna have to lift that from you for
It's not
my
going in.
stock measure.
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I gotta do some more figuring. But this time when I do this 16, it's gonna be a little bit more than, well, a lot more than what my other one was that just blowed up. Morning, Mudster.
Morning, Mudster.
Just having fun with it. See what happens. I think it'll work out.
Does anybody else make the reverse grind ring gear for the diesels other than Midwest?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You gotta fly in here. Little baby one.
Because I'm really seriously thinking about dropping that Mitsubishi on my old
Frames?
Montgomery Ward frame.
You need to put it on a narrow frame because it will fit right in a narrow frame, and you just make your motor mounts. A narrow frame is the ideal frame for them diesels.
Well, this is almost a narrow frame, but it's longer stock.
Right. Right.
It's as long as our modifieds stock.
Because my Kubota sat right down in that frame that I set it in, and that's a narrow.
Yeah, the way that Montgomery Ward is set up, it's a narrow frame because it comes back and flares out to the axle,
Right.
but it's stretched longer.
I thought
Stock.
that was more like the 127 frame. I want to say how the flare is.
It's in between the narrow frame and the spread frame.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
It'd be just about like the 127, I believe.
But I like the looks of that tractor. I like the way it's set up. And a Cub Cadet rear end will bolt right in there. And all I gotta do is make my clutch hanger stuff.
Right.
So, but something to play with.
Well, you was also saying about putting the motor in there backwards. I don't think I'd want to do that and run it off the other end of the crank.
Well,
Hey,
I don't
Mark.
know. I gotta look at it and stuff.
Right.
Hey, right now I'm looking at my
On the phone.
Facebook Marketplace.
Mm.
What about a Color Command 17.5?
17 and a half.
That's what it shows, 17.5.
Huh. And everybody, keep in mind, Doug Sweener's still in the hospital.
Yes.
So everybody,
Send prayers.
send prayers for him and stuff, and hopefully for a speedy recovery.
Uh, 17 and a half. Is that a single cylinder?
I don't think, is it
That's what the picture shows.
that would have, is that a vertical shaft?
Horizontal.
I never heard of one.
That's
Yeah.
what the picture is showing,
Huh.
I think. No, it might just be a vertical.
That's what I'm thinking, y'all.
Yeah.
17 and a half vertical, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, no.
All right, never mind. Because the way they got it in the picture and everything, so okay. I was thinking, just took another look at it. No,
Yeah. There's a lot of older motors laying around and stuff, and a lot of people don't know what they have, but I'm sure I'll be able to come up with a couple spare 16s.
Oh yeah.
I'll find them somewhere.
unless you want a Craftsman.
J&E makes them.
Who?
J&E.
Uh-huh.
They make the 16 horse blocks.
Yep. Morning, Black Bull. May have to get one, Ed. I just might. But you know what I was also thinking? Jones.
Yeah, Jones, J&E.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I hope not, Daryl. I hope you get the blood pressure down so that you don't wind up in the hospital.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tom.
You can't wind up in the hospital because remember that tour starts next Thursday morning.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know where we're going to end up at. And trust you me,
And if anybody's on our way to Texas, let us know if you want to meet up.
I know where Pulaski is.
We've been in Pulaski a lot.
Yeah, what we need to do is get a route down, set route that we're going to be traveling. And if anybody's along that route close by,
Give us a holler.
yep. Hey, Roy.
Hey,
Long time no see.
Roy is definitely out of the way. I'm not in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long swim.
Oh, I thought you said you want to go see Mixed Mowers.
No, Mick's too crazy for me. That guy's wild.
I actually would like to meet up with Mick. That would be cool.
It would be cool. It wouldn't be a dull moment to meet Mick. And
Yeah.
he's a good guy. He's funny as all get out.
Yeah.
But man, is he out there. Riley boy, I really enjoy watching Riley. He gets wound up.
Yep.
I'm still looking, just haven't found it yet. Okay.
Yeah, my mother's pancreatic cancer is so bad they said it spread to her kidneys and liver.
Ooh,
Oh Lordy.
that's not good.
So what is she doing for it? Break anything, or is she just gonna?
Well, there ain't much they can do. They're gonna try chemo, but I mean, it's detrimental. They already said so, but they said if now they want a kidney transplant, and they said that I'm a perfect match, and I said I'm not doing it. My sister's all bent out of shape. My nieces are all mad. I said, your grandmother, I asked the doctor, even if I give her one of my kidneys, pancreatic cancer is almost 80% fatal. She wouldn't make it a year. So you want me to be out of work and be cut up to try and save her for a week or two just to, you know what I'm saying? And I said, she don't want me to do it anyways.
Right. She probably doesn't want to suffer because I'll tell you, chemo's a rough way to go.
Well, she's going to try the chemo, but like she said, I don't want my son take a kidney from my son and drop dead 6 months. It's not like they could take that part back out and put it back in.
Okay.
TV said let him know if it comes his way.
Well, Daryl, we will be out that way somewhere.
I think that's on our way back, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I guess we're going to be like Publisher Clearinghouse. You never know where we're going to be.
The only thing is you're not bringing in a big check.
Yeah,
Oh, we got a big check mark.
that's it. It's like the start of a bucket list.
So Ed, you liked my video as far as what I found over there at Harbor Freight?
Yeah.
I am
Yeah,
so
swing by New York and get this lathe out of my garage.
If I wasn't pressed for time, I'd go to Harbor Freight this weekend and pick up a couple of them lights. I want one for over the entryway in my garage. I can leave on all the time.
Oh, speaking of lights, don't you have some lights for me up there?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I thought so. I need to really put some lights in.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say check to see if your Harbor Freight's got them. Because when I found out about the lights, the one in Course Canada, they only had 3, and I got the last 3 they had. I don't know how many Waxahachie had, but I know they had them in stock. Crystal got me 5 of them, so that'd be the only thing I would say is just check see if they've even got them. Now I will say on this right here, you can pull this up on Harbor Freight website.
Yeah. Yeah, Bocce, I'm working on my bucket list. So yeah, you made it to a bucket list. I get to meet you, then I can kick the bucket. Move on.
Yeah.
And Junkyard says FedEx can't even find him, so PCH definitely won't find him. He must be out there in the woods. But you know, they can't find me either. They always go way on down the road to the other place. And it's like, what in the heck?
That adjustable push rod thing I ordered,
Yeah.
they ended up having to resend it
Why? What's the
because
problem?
it was gone. They said it was delivered. It is nowhere at my house. I checked everywhere.
It went to the other Ed Bates over on the other road.
Well, the other Bates probably on the same road up the road. That's probably where it went.
Probably.
But yeah, I called Jegs Monday morning and said, "Hey, look, that said it was delivered. I've looked everywhere. That thing is not here. And if you look, it had been delayed for like 3 or 4 days." I
Right.
said, if I would have known it was going to take this long, I said, "You're a 2-hour drive from me. I would have come and picked the damn thing up."
Right.
You know?
Now, the adjustables that you have, they're not long enough to measure it up.
Hmm.
Boy, that thing's going to have a big throw then.
And it's going to throw you. I got to go to work.
It's going to throw me. Well, hell yeah.
See you. Saturday.
Those heads are.
See you, Sandy.
Bye.
See you, Sandy.
Don't work too hard.
Those heads are thicker.
Have fun.
Oh, yeah. So
Those heads are just a little thicker.
Right. I'm just
But
wondering.
this thing too is not. It's not an adjustable push rod to run in a motor. It's made out of aluminum. So
Maybe a porch pirate got him.
I've never had a problem with porch pirates. So, and matter of fact, that same day I got an Amazon delivery. Yeah, an Amazon delivery and a UP or United Postal Service delivery, both, and they were both
Did you,
before the FedEx was supposed to be here.
did you use that oil vac pump yet?
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
I just want to know who sent it to me.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's awesome. The only thing I do need to do is, like on my pneumatic one, I need to take a piece of brake line to make sure it's getting all the way down in the bottom of the block because that hose wants to curl.
Morning, William.
Morning, William.
Yeah, that pump, I like that pump, but I'm going to tell you one thing bad about it. And I found out from accident. Of course, I find everything out by accident. I sucked the oil filter shut. The tube actually must have got into the oil filter whenever I put the tube down through.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I kept hearing this creaking and popping, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? I walked back over there to the tractor, and the oil filter literally just sucked. It just sucked it right in. And I'm like, what the hell? What made that happen? So I unscrewed the oil filter, and the hose was out there in the oil filter. And it collapsed it.
Damn.
For UPS, I use. Yeah. I haven't had luck with UPS or the regular post office.
Yeah, I'm probably when we get back, I'm going to get a PO box.
You know, that's a good thing, but then again, it's also a bad thing because then you have to beat feet to the post office to pick up a package that comes through the regular mail.
You got a
Post
UPS
office.
store near you?
My post office is like 4 blocks from me, or
Right.
4 miles from me. I mean, it's no big deal. The only bad part about it is it's not open like 24 where a lot of them are.
Right.
This one closes at 6 and it's done.
That would be the little one in Homeworth, right?
Yep.
The worst is FedEx. Yes. I ordered some parts. FedEx delivered them, and the damn parts were broke in the box. The box was all crushed, and they taped it all up and everything, but they still delivered it that way.
Yep.
That was another 2-week delay getting it replaced.
Must have been FedEx ground.
Yep. I too delivered it.
This is the first time I've ever had anything like this happen. You know, and like I said, I've looked.
Maynard, that don't bother me because I seen them.
You know, you wouldn't think that they would actually put a box all busted up, taped up on somebody's porch, knowing that there was a problem.
They do it all the time up here.
Yeah, they don't care. They're just like a time clock puncher, and that's it.
We get deliveries at work all the time through FedEx, UPS, all that. Them boxes look like they've been drop kicked, and what the only thing the driver says is we have to deliver them unless you refuse them. If you refuse them, then we'll take them back. But we have to present them, and if you're not there, we can't make the decision not to deliver it. It has to be delivered.
Right. In fact, that 306 of Rich's, it's down. It needs that emissions pump, smog pump, or whatever the hell you want to call it. And
Spark pump.
We located 2 of them, and both of them got canceled. We never received either one of them. So now we found a place that has aftermarket refurbished stuff that we just ordered again. So hopefully we'll get it from that.
You can't do a smog pump delete on that?
No, because it runs everything. It has that advanced step timing and everything.
Oh.
It runs everything.
I was going to say, we got a delivery yesterday. Truck come in, pallet. I don't know what customer it was, but I don't know how they managed to stick a fork into one of the boxes of screws that was in the middle on the bottom, and I had to be the one to unload the pallet and everything. And I mean, I'm leaving a trail of screws as I'm pulling the thing out of the trailer and getting it set down.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the driver and everything, he's got a box and everything, picking everything up.
Right.
It was right in the middle on the bottom.
And what somebody did was whenever they went into the pallet, they had their fork folded up a little bit, and it went between the boards.
Yep.
I see it all the time.
William, on that engine of Bob's, I don't think that's a washer. I think that's a step on the crank to where it goes into the roller bearing in the bottom of that motor. And I think that crank is just seized on that race on that bearing, and he's just going to have to get it,
Best thing you can do is soak it.
Yeah.
Soak it and let it sit, and then try to get. I looked at that video last night, and I left him a comment, and I told him, after soaking it a while, take a flat punch and tap all the way around that and keep working it, and then try to work that cover.
He may end up having to pull the cover off the bearing, leave the bearing on the crank,
yes,
and then cut the bearing off of the crank to get it off.
Right.
Because if that's an industrial engine or a commercial or whatever they call it, I've never seen any of those vertical shaft engines like that don't have a bearing down there for wear.
Right, and it's probably the race that's holding it.
Yep. It's probably gotten a little warm. Yeah. It's probably gotten a little warm once or twice, and that inner race has seized onto that crank.
Right.
And I saw that video too, and I said that would probably be a good question for Cajun, since he was a Briggs dealer and everything. So Cajun might know as far as what it is. One thing I would do is I'd definitely be going around that crank at least with either a brass or just regular wire wheel, and clean the hell out of it. Get any kind of surface rust or whatever on there, and maybe try punching it down some a little bit, so that way you can get a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, I think he said in one of the posts, one of his comments, that he has the crank all polished up, but even putting heat on there, it's just going to make it worse because you can't heat just that race without heating the crank, and it's all going to move.
Oh yeah,
so that bearing's going to have to come out of that case, pop out of that case, and I bet you that it's just like the Kohlers, that bearing goes in from the inside. So he's just gonna have to slowly work it and get that thing pulled off there without breaking that aluminum sump.
Yep.
Or the other alternative too is find another sump, use sump, break that one off of there, crack around it, get it out of the way, and then pull the bearing off.
Right. Either way, he's got to get that in order to pull that bearing. Either way.
Yep. I would try some wood shims, 3 or 4 or 5 places around the outside of that sump,
and keep pressure on it.
Keep pressure on it, and just gently tap gently tap the end of the crank, and just not wail on it. Just keep shimming it and tapping it, and just try to work it loose. You either pop the race loose from the crank or pop the bearing out of the casing.
Right.
One of the two.
But with just that little bit of pressure there, though, we'll do it. We'll pop it.
Yeah. But it has to be even pressure, not just 2 pry bars.
No.
You got to multiple places around it. Get even pressure pushing up on that, because if you get it twisted, it'll come out. It may not be pretty, but it'll come out.
Right. At least 4 shims.
Yep.
Keep that pressure, and then
the more you can get in there, the better.
Yep.
And that bearing can't be more than an inch thick, and it's probably not set in there more than 1 1/4 inch depth. If that. So.
But then, if you think about it, in that video, when he turns the crank, the whole piece is turning. So did it already tear up that aluminum housing?
Well, I couldn't see if I couldn't see down in there enough to see if there was a bearing,
right?
From the angle. But the other thing too is just don't pry up too hard on it, because you'll break the connecting rod.
Right.
You got to just keep working it slow.
Yep.
It's going to be time consuming. But with that spinning, it could have already tore that housing up inside of there.
Yep. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think they made any that had the regular Briggs bushing on them vertical shafts, the big ones, the commercial line.
No, it would generally have a race in there.
Yeah.
Morning, Brandon.
Morning, Brandon.
Man, it's early for him. What's he doing up this early?
Ripley. Or call him. Hey, Brandon. Hey, since you're up, hey, Mark's looking for Kohler 16 horse.
K series.
Yeah, K series. Locating 1 or 2 or 3 dozen.
Yeah, I want to put him back. He's headed to the show.
Yeah.
But want to put some back in stock, because I got to do something to fill in these big gaps between the 25 class. That's the last class of the night, so I figure I'll throw something else together to run midway through.
We could bring back the 10 horse modifieds.
I got one of them too.
Yeah.
A341. Yep. If you're looking for one.
Yeah, but we're more important.
Yeah, we're more important, Brandon, because we want to build them to blow them up.
No,
we
he
want
wants it that way he can get that better airflow.
Yeah.
we want to launch pistons. We want to see if they can make them satellites.
Yeah. Like that one that did, I don't know if you've seen the video, Brandon, but I just had one blow up at the last tractor pull of 16.
Oh, you put that video up?
Yeah, it's out. It's out.
Yeah.
Needless to say, that engine's breathing quite well.
And he was on a good pull there.
Oh yeah, he took second. He would have took it right out of there if the motor wouldn't come apart. But like I said, there was a lot of runs on that. The only thing we did was put a crank in it and new bushing. I don't even know, but connecting rod. We put
Bearing.
a bearing in it.
And how many moons ago was that?
2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? 3 years? Two or 3 years ago, we did that.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, the look on his face is priceless. I was watching the tractor. I wasn't watching him until the video. The look on his face is priceless because he's just sitting there for a second and going.
Yeah. Well, I had that with that big counterweight on the front and that heavy flywheel. He was still running. No, once the connecting rod broke, it actually quit running, but all that negative energy was still spinning.
Yeah.
And that thing sat there, and I swear it just seemed like 5 minutes, everything winding back down because of the heavy counterweight. But it was priceless. The look on his face. I couldn't get mad that the motor blew up, but it was just like he was like, "What the hell happened?"
Well, then he looked down at his foot where the starter was at. It's like
The starter's laying on his foot.
And he said he felt something come back and hit him too.
yeah, it nicked him on the wrist.
Yeah, it's they're shrapnel that went everywhere. It grenaded. I mean, when it grenaded, but luckily I run the head strap and I run the scatter shields on the side. Everything. When you're doing stuff like that, you always have something on that starter side to catch it because that's the side that's going to blow out. But I see tractors going down there with nothing on them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like stay away because you don't know when it's going to happen.
Well, if you had pieces for the block and everything, I was JB welded it back together.
I was in quite a few pieces. Quite a few.
I could just picture if they ever outlawed gas engines and they had to go all electric. Ed and Mark would be putting Tesla engines on.
Yeah.
There is actually an electric outlaw pulling tractor made by Midwest Super Cub.
Yeah.
The thing is eerie going down the track because all you hear is the whine of the motor. There is and the thing is moving.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, that thing's scary. Just, I mean.
Did you see how many batteries are on that thing to power that thing? Whew.
Yeah.
How many has it got?
A bunch.
Yeah.
From front to back.
Yeah.
It's one big battery pack.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're all the lithium ions. He worked with some battery manufacturer or something. This I think when they did this, his boy was still in college, if I'm not mistaken, and that was kind of a project that they were working on, battery powered like that, and they worked with a manufacturer to get these batteries down lightweight enough with enough draw that they can run the motor and the controller and all this kind of stuff. And the first time all you hear is the tires just digging on the ground and a whistle. And it's like, it's freaky.
Well, we had a guy in I don't know what term.
Good morning, Mom. I just seen you was in there on Facebook. I think Mr. Briggs muted himself as he was talking.
Yep. So what motor do they use for that?
I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
I am looking for the K series, William. A K series 341. Horizontal shaft. That's what I'm looking for.
And yeah, answer William's other question. I think we're done for the season because we're going on vacation for the next pool, and by the time we get back, it'll be 3 weeks from now. The temperatures and stuff will probably be so low that the alcohol tractors won't like it.
Yep.
So,
I can always check there's a couple of scrap yards around here. And I'm always seeing all kinds of, riding mowers in there. I can always see. And then there's a guy that I've been wanting to stop off at his house when I go to church. Everything. He's got a whole bunch of lawnmower stuff. I can always check, see if he's got something.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. A lot of people think that when they blow up and it chunks the skirt on the inside of the block, that it's junk. No, I'll take that because I'm going to sleeve it anyway. Long as it's got a good outside body that it'll hold oil, I got something to work with.
yeah, that's why I kept that one that I have. It has a crack. It's got a crack from the cylinder wall to one of the head bolts. I'll have it machined out, notch that out, weld it up, machine it out again, and sleeve it.
Yeah. Did you see Mom's comment, Ed? She's got to keep her eye on both of us.
Yes, she does.
We're trying to mastermind a new motor because Bo kind of blowed mine up the other weekend in pieces.
No, I would say I bumped the button. Yeah, some guy got locked in a package handler, fell asleep in one of the trucks. They sealed it, and he went for a 400-mile ride. They opened up the door in Baltimore, and he was sitting there, and he was still asleep.
Well,
he slept the whole trip. I guess he worked 3 shifts, and they woke him up, and the guy says, "Well, who are you?" He says, "Well, the question is, who are you?" And he's wanted to know how he got in their trailer. He said, "Well, it's time to go home." He got up and he walked out and he said, "Wait a second, I'm not in the right place."
Hopefully, just
Uber.
the right place.
Time for an Uber.
Yeah, you mentioned a 400-mile Uber.
I can't imagine the company paying to have him hauled back.
They punched him out. They gave him a choice, from what I was told. Find your own way back, because if we pay for you to go back, you're fired.
They couldn't have been sleeping on the job.
Yeah.
And they found him in the trailer.
Yeah, he slept the whole way. He was on top of a bunch of boxes.
Wow.
That's why we get smashed packages.
Yeah. That's
No,
why
no.
stuff's broke.
You get smash packages because they just toss things. The only thing FedEx can deliver right because they throw it in there. I mean, and they just toss them in like they're rag dolls. The only thing FedEx can haul without breaking his tires.
Yeah, junkyard backhaul. You're right. But I was thinking, since Summit is handling J&E and Diamond, I am going to pull out a piston, go up, have them mic it up and everything, and order pistons through Summit. either J&E or Diamond, even if I have to buy a 4-cylinder set or an 8-cylinder set. And I'll just put them in on the shelf stock and, and go from there with them.
Mm-hmm.
I've got
You should be able to buy one. Should be able to buy one because they sell everything in singles.
Well, that ring kit, I had to buy a 4-cylinder set, so I got 4 sets of rings for the J&E pistons, the 10 over piston. So instead of going to these small guys and using a middleman, you can go to Summit and get the rings, the pistons, everything. The only thing
Rockers.
you get the rockers, the stud kits, get all that right through Summit, and then you eliminate the middleman, number one, and you don't pay as much as what you're paying the middleman.
Mark, I got a Summit that's less than an hour from me.
I got a Summit less than an hour from me. I go there quite a bit.
I say we got a Summit that's less than an hour from us and a Jegs that's less than 2 hours.
Right. So the more I can cut the middleman out, the more stuff I can build.
True.
Because them ring sets to buy a 4 setup for a 4-cylinder on the rings cost me $122. Now I have an extra set of rings for each one of the V twins. I can ring them twice now.
Yep.
Instead of paying the middleman for one set of rings, what they want, versus now I have multiple changes.
Right. Well, see, that 20 horse, the pistons you got, you
Right.
can buy those. You can buy those rings individually, each ring separately.
Yes, you went with me up there to buy them for the diamonds.
Mhm.
Those were for the diamond pistons.
Well, I ordered when I broke one. Whenever I was doing mine, I ordered just a single one and they shipped it to me. Right. Well, the O'Reillys here in Alliance, I don't know if they still do it or not. They make a Summit run once a day. So
Right.
I got it on the truck for the next morning. I went up that afternoon, picked it up, paid for it, and
Right.
you
But a lot of people don't know that Summit handles the J&E and the diamond and all them pistons.
Yep.
It's amazing. And the prices, way hell of a lot better.
I mean, all you need is the diameter and the pin height.
You basically, if you take that piston and go up there to Summit, they mic it, set it all up, and they even do the ring journals to get you the right rings and everything. And everybody says it's hard to find them. It's not hard to find them. Go to your local Summit and they'll mic it all up and get you the parts for a hell of a lot better price.
See, Maynard, that's what a truck's supposed to look like, with an 8-foot bed that never has to be made.
6
Swear,
foot just
I got my eyes closed.
6 foots are just more cozy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That means there's a whole bunch of cuddle in there. It's not much room.
Hey, I'll put this. My bed might not be 8 foot, but I've got nobody complaining about it.
Yeah.
There again, if it don't fit, force it.
No thanks. I'm not driving down the road with sheets of plywood or sheetrock in the back end of a truck with the tailgate.
Some
I'm
of
not
the
talking about a bed of a truck.
Yeah. William, some of the K series are hard to find, but where you basically find them is a lot of people don't know what they have.
Mhm.
And whenever they get done with a lawnmower, they shove it out in the woods or what have you, and they leave it set. And that's where you're going to find that motor. It's going to be sitting in somebody's backyard or a farmer's place or something and you used to be able to find them in quite a bit of the Amish places because they used it to run their milk pump and all that and everything, the smaller ones. Then they went to the big diesels. Now they're just thrown in a corner somewhere.
Yeah.
Morning, poor dirt farmer.
Hey, poor dirt farmer.
But no, they're out there, but you got to look for them. They're just not going to pop up because it's not a common thing unless you're a tractor puller.
Real common on the old Cub Cadets, Simplicities,
Wheel horse.
wheel horses.
I think
Some of
some
the Bolins.
yes, that's the one I'm trying to think of. K301 can be found all day long. Yes, you're
Yeah.
right, but not the 341.
Yeah. Back then they didn't. 14 horses were, probably the equivalent of a 16 horse today. So,
Right.
Yeah.
And some John Deere's, some had them.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the main thing, 10, 12, 14, that is all the same block. You can take a 10 horse and bore it to a 14 all day long and not have no issues.
So what horsepower is a 301 then?
301, I think, is the 10,
Yeah.
but then they have an 8 horse that everybody gets confused. It's pretty much a similar block, but you have to look at the head. It doesn't
Head bolts.
have as many head bolts as the 10, 12, 14. And the 16 stands alone with its head bolt pattern.
And you can't bore an 8 horse out to a 10 horse because you'll hit the head bolts
Yes.
because the configuration of the head bolts.
That's all right, William. Everybody learns it.
Drifty.
Morning, Drifty. Well, Brandon, you might want to lean one of them this way. Just tell the customer the block's no good.
Yeah, repower it with a Predator.
Yep. Tell them to put a Predator on.
Cheaper.
Yeah, you can put a Predator on cheaper than you can to rebuild your 341. And that's the truth.
I'm surprised they haven't started building Predator pulling tractors more.
They have. It got going there for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it just kind of like went hush hush on the Predator pulling motors.
Yeah, because they're not built like a Kohler.
It's built like a Honda, but what do I want to say? There is many aftermarket parts for them for the Predator motor. There was, let me say. I don't know.
What engine were they using
What do you mean?
as far as Predator? What engine?
670, I believe. Yes.
There's a whole bunch of aftermarket parts for the 670.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Actually, I thought about going to Harvard and getting a 670 and putting it on for the wife's 20 horse. Just to try it.
Well, I know there's 2 of them at right now.
I would really like to try one just for the hell of it, just to see what I can get out of it.
The only thing we'd have to find is a flywheel.
That's not hard to find. I
They're
know.
out there.
No, not a lightweight flywheel. I mean a heavy
A steel flywheel.
Oh, they got Predator. Was it Performance 670? They actually have a billet steel flywheel.
Right.
I mean, you go there, you can get the billet rods, all that kind of stuff.
Right. But if I'm thinking right, that 670 is actually a 22 horse.
It is.
It's not a 20.
Yeah. It is 20. It's rated at 22. Same way with the that Predator 708. The vertical.
Right.
They're both rated 22 horse.
But the downfall of it is that 20 horse Honda, the homeless Honda motor. The wife actually did very well with that homeless Honda on her tractor, and it did a good job.
Right.
I mean, she was 1 through 5 with that Honda motor.
We'll see if they use my gloves. I got these weekend people take my truck. They like using my gloves instead of just buying their own. You can always tell because they're out. They start out in the drawer and then they're on the dash. So I just kind of fill them full of grease.
Oh, that's horrible.
You'll probably come back to a truck full of steering wheel and stuff full of grease.
They'll clean it because my boss is driving the truck on Sunday. They're driving it today. They'll be cleaning it because I know my boss. I told him I was going to do it, and he laughed. I said, you're that cheap. You can't buy your own friggin' gloves. I don't want to put my hand in. I mean, come on, look at these things. Look how nasty you get. I don't want to put my hand in from my. I wouldn't want to use someone else's. Buy your own gloves. The one guy does it thinks there's nothing wrong with it, and I says, really? How about I go put a pair of underwear on and wear them for a couple days, and then you put them on?
Oh, Lordy.
He said that's totally different. No, it ain't the same thing. You don't use our people's stuff.
Right.
I'll be right back here and get some more coffee.
And Mater's gone, and I'm getting ready to shut it down.
Well, if you're going to shut it down, I can just hang around for a few more minutes. Then.
Yeah, because I'm out of coffee too, and I need to go get my breakfast. I got another tractor coming that I got Ronnie's motor all done, and we're going to fire it today. He's bringing me the whole tractor, and we're going to fire it today. And I'm going to run the overhead and everything on John's again. That thing did an amazing job. And I tell you what, John is happy as can be with that motor. I can't believe that he took a second with it down there at Stumptown.
Yeah.
Or not Stumptown, but the full after Stumptown.
I think it's going to be interesting to see the look on someone's face when I wish I should put my dash cam up on the thing and backwards, and so if they see it, just to see the look on their face.
Oh, Lordy.
All right, Mark. Well, if you're going to be shutting this down, I'm going to pop on out that way and go get the coffee and do a few other things.
Yep, we're going to shut her down. Everybody in the chat, thanks for coming in. Appreciate y'all, and we'll keep y'all updated on more stuff and more videos to be dropped. And I'll order the K series. Morning, Sammy. K series go back. Whew,
See y'all later.
The 60s.
40s, I believe.
Oh yeah, I'm talking the bigger ones. 60s, 70s.
Yeah. Yep. But there's many different ones out there. But anyway, everybody.
Mark, your live stream for tonight is set for 10 p.m.
That is because the wife went and set it off of my laptop. And the time is wrong on my laptop, and it went. But anyway, it is 7 p.m.
You might want to have her double check that to make sure that the notifications go out.
Yeah, she's at work, so she'll have to do it when she gets home. Not sure what time she gets home today, but oh well. 70.
All right, see y'all.
All right, we'll see y'all. Thanks for coming in. See y'all later this evening. Have a good day.
Fun.